Swipe left. You kind of look like my son.
First, it was he looked like Charles Barkley. Then it was he wasn't your son. Now you had a 20v1 telling whoever, however, she looked like my son. Cause that nigga about to lose his life. Keep playing with my son. Swear to God. And you're cyberbullying too.
Nobody expected things between Chrisean Rock and Blueface to hit this kind of breaking point, but here we are watching their drama explode in real time. The tension between them has gotten so wild that people are starting to worry this might turn into something way more serious if someone doesn't step in soon. Their ups and downs have always been loud, messy, and all over the internet, but the energy right now feels different, like it crossed into a whole new level of chaos. Everything kicked off at one of Blueface's events, the 20 versus 1, where he randomly compared a woman to his son. Blueface literally said, "Yeah, my next lady, like Junior, right?"
Swipe left. You kind of look like my son.
Okay.
Okay.
They gonna know what I'm talking about.
Get my next lady.
Like Junior, right?
And once he put the idea out there, people zoomed in, compared faces, and some even said he wasn't lying. He's Junior's dad, so some folks felt like he had the right to say it, but Chrisean Rock, she didn't think anything about that joke was cute. She wasn't laughing, not a little bit. She was furious. She went online claiming Blueface was cyberbullying her child, and from her point of view, she had to protect her baby from him. But the way she chose to protect him had people seriously concerned, because what she said during her IG rant didn't just sound emotional, it sounded extreme.
First, it was he looked like Charles Barkley. Then it was he wasn't your son. Now you had a 20v1 telling whoever, however, she looked like my son. You know, I can't wait when me and my son just go visit your grave one day. You feel me? Because that's what you trying to do right now while we living our lives separate, whatever, from the chaos. Yo, want to kill us. You know, you going to die first before us, right? Oh, God. That day coming.
Her reaction and the situation just didn't match up. It felt like an explosion over something that didn't even come close to deserving that level of heat. Yeah, compare a woman to your son, cool. People can feel offended by it, think it's tacky, think he's clowning the child's condition, whatever, she's allowed to feel away. But jumping from that straight into saying things like she can't wait to see him dead and wanting to go to his grave site, that's a whole different level.
The world clowning my kid, right? But you know who started it? Who broke the ice with that? You, his father, bro. And you still at it. You at a 20v1. Talking about your precious baby. Who let you out of jail? For real, who let you out? You're not safe out here playing like that, y'all.
And the fact that she was talking like that about the father of her child made it even more unsettling. That kind of talk had people stepping back like, hold up, this is getting way too serious. But honestly, her reaction didn't seem like it was just about what Blueface said at that event. It felt like everything from the last year finally boiled over. They've been arguing about their child nonstop, both publicly and behind the scenes, and from Chrisean Rock's side, she clearly feels like Blueface is the one who caused most of the chaos around her baby.
Real over my dead body, yo. You ain't safe out here. Keep playing with your kid, bro. And it's crazy because I ain't been reacting to none of the bull you doing. You know why? I'm out my business. And that's why you brung up Chrisean Jesus. Not Junior. His name is not Junior. You weird, weak ass. You weird as
She's been stewing in that anger for a long time, and when he made that comparison, it was like she finally snapped. The whole thing turned into one big storm of frustration, hurt, and built-up resentment, and now the internet is watching the pieces fall everywhere. Chrisean Rock has been carrying a lot of frustration from last year, and she still points the finger at Blueface for the way the internet started talking about her baby. She feels like when Blueface jumped online calling the child Charles Barkley, it opened the door for the whole running joke people kept repeating. And from her point of view, that moment is what pushed a lot of hurtful discussions straight into the spotlight.
DDG and G Herbo for advice, cause that nigga about to lose his life. Keep playing with my son. Swear to God. And you're cyberbullying too. Swear to goodness. I don't want that. What the hell? I'm trying to figure out where could we come at a common ground without him disrespecting him just to get my attention. You get what I'm saying? That's it. That's fine. I'm making it to church. I gotta go to church. You know what I want to do? I want to turn my flight back around and run a car through his house. His face. That's what I want to do.
On top of that, folks online were bringing up her pregnancy, replaying old clips, making their own assumptions, and turning it into nonstop commentary. None of it stayed private, and watching strangers talk like they knew the full story has clearly worn her down. So now when Blueface posts anything involving their child, she sees it as him adding even more pressure to an already painful situation. And let me tell you, she wasn't holding back at all. She dropped her third threat in less than a minute, which had people shaking their heads like, this is getting intense. Some folks underestimate women when they're heated, but sometimes the most determined ones follow through harder than anybody expects. My father always told me, never ignore someone who feels like they got something to prove, and situations like this show why. A person who feels wronged, who feels like they've been carrying heavy emotions, who feels unheard, that combo can push anybody to a breaking point. And when you throw in stress, anger, and a long history of chaos, it can turn things explosive real quick.
That's how mad people keep making me about my kid, bro. It's my only son. Y'all pissing me the fuck off. Straight up. I'm just being honest, bro. Because at the end of the day, how long you gonna keep cyberbullying your kid? Yeah, she going to jail. Yeah, I am. He keep with my son? I am.
But here's where the accountability conversation comes in. Chrisean Rock isn't trying to hear anything about her role in all this. Not even a little bit. She's standing firm on her side of the story. Even though a lot of people think she's avoiding parts of the truth that involve her own choices. But Blueface isn't off the hook either. He's done things that weren't okay at all, and everyone sees it. He's been messy, he's been disrespectful, and he hasn't always treated Chrisean Rock with real care. The history between them is filled with mistakes from both sides, and it's clear neither one wants to face everything head on. People believe Blueface cheated, used her loyalty, and still let her take care of things for him even when he had no plans to be serious with her. That's the kind of behavior that makes situations blow up later, and now we're watching the fallout happen in real time. Chrisean Rock has been saying for a while that she was the one paying Blueface's bills back when he first got locked up, and now the whole situation has flipped on her. She lost her TV contract, her money slowed up heavy, and she's been moving from place to place trying to figure out what her next move even is. With everything going on in her personal life plus all this drama resurfacing again, you can tell she's carrying a lot on her shoulders. And look, accountability is definitely needed on both sides. But the way Chrisean Rock is handling this, it's dangerous territory. If the video had stopped right there, it already would have looked serious enough for authorities to step in and check what was going on. The things she was saying online were alarming, and anyone watching could see this wasn't normal frustration. It was way deeper. But the footage didn't stop. It kept rolling, and the energy got even more intense. At that point, people started asking, how is nobody stepping in to calm this down? Because everything she was shouting out online was raising red flags. Some viewers kept saying, she's just venting, but others were like, no, this is starting to sound way too real. And the reason people took it seriously is because there have already been incidents between them in the past that were public and documented. Folks remember the situation where she took Blueface's car and drove off with it, leaving messages on his wall before dipping out. That moment shook a lot of people because it showed things between them had gone way beyond normal relationship drama. Then there was the situation where Blueface ended up in the hospital after getting hit with a bottle, something that turned into a whole discussion online. Articles at the time reported it, other creators talked about it, and everyone treated it like a major warning sign. These weren't small arguments. These were events that had real consequences and required real medical attention. People still bring up clips and posts from back then because it proves why the internet is reacting the way it is right now. They're not just listening to what she said. They're remembering things that already happened between them. It's the history that makes these new statements feel even more intense. And the conversation online has basically turned into this huge double standard debate. Folks keep saying, if a man got online talking like that, they would have taken action instantly. And honestly, that's why people are talking so loudly about this situation. They feel like the same concern and seriousness should apply no matter who is saying what. At the end of the day, it's not about picking sides. It's about recognizing how dangerous this whole dynamic has become. Both of them have made mistakes. Both of them have added to the chaos. And now it's stacked up so high that people are genuinely concerned about where this could end up if someone doesn't interrupt it soon. There's something a lot of people don't talk about enough. Sometimes the emotion that pushes someone over the edge isn't anger at all. It's embarrassment that cuts deep. And right now, the vibe coming off Chrisean Rock doesn't feel like regular frustration. It feels like she's drowning in that heavy, uncomfortable feeling you can't shake no matter how hard you try. Embarrassment hits different because you can't blame it on someone else the same way you can with anger. When somebody makes you mad, it's usually because of something they did. You can cool off, take a nap, walk it off, and by tomorrow you barely remember why you snapped at 4 p.m. But embarrassment, you carry that with you everywhere you go. It follows you into your room, it follows you into the shower, and when you look in the mirror, it's right there staring back like a shadow you can't escape. And when someone doesn't know how to process that kind of feeling, they can confuse it with anger and start lashing out. Instead of admitting, I feel embarrassed, they tell themselves, I'm furious and I'm about to show everybody. But deep down, it's really that uncomfortable knot in their chest that won't let them chill. And that's what's happening here. Chrisean Rock looks like she's fighting with her own emotions, trying to convince herself that Blueface is the reason she's upset, when really, she might be dealing with that internal storm that hits when you feel judged or exposed. And when embarrassment takes over, people sometimes react in ways that don't match the situation. When you're just mad, you eventually hit a point where you calm down because you get tired. But embarrassment doesn't fade the same way. It builds and pushes someone to keep going and going, thinking, nah, I gotta do more. She can post something online, throw shade, or make a bold move thinking it'll fix the feeling, but it doesn't. It never satisfies that pressure building inside. That's why her recent behavior online looks so intense. It's like she feels she has something to prove and she won't stop until she feels like she won, even though the real issue is happening inside her, not in the comments or the back and forth with Blueface. Then Blueface's mom stepped in and gave her opinion, and honestly, she broke it down in a way people couldn't ignore. She basically said Chrisean Rock isn't really mad, she's upset with herself, and because she doesn't want to face that, she's pushing the blame onto Blueface and everybody around him. Her exact words were, he's 100% right. Chrisean Rock can only be mad at herself. But because she don't want to take the accountability, she's now projecting it on Blueface and others. Blueface's mom isn't defending him blindly. She's calling out the pattern she sees. And whether people agree or disagree with her, her explanation got the whole internet talking because it actually makes sense with how everything has been playing out. What makes this whole situation even messier is how the public is reacting now that more details are coming out.
You're embarrassed because you did that to him. You're embarrassed because you smoked and drank while pregnant and you made this the outcome. If you want to be mad at anybody, be mad at yourself. Be mad at yourself. We're not embarrassed. You're embarrassed because you did it. Okay? If you want to be the victim, there's nobody the victim but him. If you want anybody to be mad at what's happened, you're the responsible party for this. You did this. All you had to do for 9 months was go to your appointments, don't drink, don't smoke, and try to be peaceful. That's all you had to do, and it was only 9 months. We are no longer feeling sorry for you. We're no longer giving you a victim pass, a victim card, none of that shit, okay? This is all your fault, all your responsibility. You're a horrible fucking mother. You were a horrible pregnancy, and now you're a horrible mother.
People who used to take sides instantly are starting to realize that both Chrisean Rock and Blueface have been trapped in a cycle that never had a real break. Every time one of them tries to move on, something pulls the other right back into the drama, and it turns into another viral moment that everybody chimes in on. Chrisean Rock clearly feels like everything is stacking up against her. Her career slowing down, her personal life falling apart, money getting tight, and now the internet talking about her child nonstop.
The best thing that you can do right now is go get the counseling that you need and the support that he needs, the physical therapy and the therapies that he needs. That's all you can do now, and hope for the best. You have said far worse things. You said that you could kill the baby. You wanted the baby to die while he was pregnant. You've said far worse things than the father has ever said about him.
All of that pressure mixed together is making her reactions sharper, louder, and more unpredictable. Anyone dealing with that kind of stress might feel like the world is closing in, and she's responding like someone who doesn't know who to trust anymore. On the other side, Blueface keeps posting things that stir the pot even more. It's like he knows exactly what buttons to press, and he doesn't hesitate to push them. Even if he claims he's just joking or being honest, he understands the impact his words have because every time he speaks, it blows up online. And instead of calming things down, it usually makes everything spiral even faster. Then you have people from both of their circles stepping in with their own opinions, friends speaking indirectly, family members dropping cryptic comments, and everyone trying to explain what's really happening. But the truth is, nobody actually knows the full story. Instead, they only know the pieces that get thrown on the internet. And with these two, the pieces are always dramatic, always emotional, and always explode into something bigger. The most concerning part is that neither one of them seems grounded right now. Chrisean Rock is reacting from a place of hurt, and Blueface is moving like he's detached from the consequences. That combination is dangerous because it keeps the roller coaster going with no one hitting the brakes. Behind all the chaos, it's clear that there are deeper issues that were never handled: trust, betrayal, insecurity, pressure, and the constant exposure of living their lives online. They've been stuck in this loop for so long that the drama almost feels normal to them, even though everybody watching can see how unhealthy it is. If I were Blueface right now, I wouldn't brush this off or pretend this situation is small. This isn't something you can just laugh at, mute, or hope it disappears on its own. Everything happening between him and Chrisean Rock has gotten way too serious, and ignoring it would only make things messier. He needs to take this as a real warning sign because the energy coming from her lately is chaotic, emotional, and unpredictable in a way that shouldn't be left alone. Chrisean Rock looks overwhelmed, stressed out, and backed into a corner. When someone feels like their life is falling apart, when they don't have stability, when money is low, when friends disappear, and when the internet is talking nonstop about them, they can start reacting in extreme ways. That doesn't make her a bad person. It makes her a person under heavy pressure who needs help instead of another online fight. And right now, she's dealing with career setbacks, unstable living situations, public scrutiny, and a complicated history with Blueface that never really healed. All of that can leave someone emotional and ready to lash out. When people feel like they have nothing to fall back on, their choices can get reckless, especially in the heat of the moment. That's why this situation shouldn't be taken lightly at all. The sad part is, both of them are stuck in a loop that keeps pulling them into deeper drama. And with everything going on, Blueface should take this seriously and get real support involved. Not just for himself, but for her too. Because neither one seems to be in a healthy space right now. But let me know what you think about all this. Do you feel like this whole situation is heading somewhere dangerous if nobody steps in? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this story is getting wilder by the day. And if you made it to the end, make sure you like, share, and subscribe for more celebrity drama and breakdowns. I'll see you in the next one, and don't forget to click the next video popping up on your screen. That one dives into even more wild celebrity chaos you don't want to miss.